Hey everybody. If you clicked on this video, you're probably a procrastinator. I know I am. Don't get me wrong. I'm not lazy. I just get stuck on certain things that I find hard to get done. So I put them on the back burner while I do something else. Anything else. I had two brothers. One of them passed away 5 years ago. All three of us have always struggled to stay motivated. There might be a genetic component, I don't know. I have other close friends and family who don't procrastinate at all. They just tackle things right away. Whether or not I get something done right away is another story. If I'm going on a date, I will wash my car. But that letter from the IRS might sit unopened for months. I might leave it in the mailbox for a week. Fear and anxiety plays into it for sure, and so does the promise of reward. I've told you guys about the jams I go to on Sundays and Tuesdays. You know about my monthly shows with my band. These are things with a deadline that'll be really fun and rewarding if I'm prepared. And if I don't prepare, the embarrassment will suck. I'm accountable to get it right, and I enjoy getting it right. So working on songs for those events is relatively easy. I won't procrastinate, at least not for long. I have to set the rest of my life up in a similar way, so that if there's something hard to do, I can get a pat on the back when I get it done. And if I don't get it done, I'll feel a little bit of shame. I'm not the kind of guy who performs well in a vacuum. If you're watching this, you probably aren't either. It's common knowledge that married guys live longer than single guys. They're happier, more successful. They have accountability and reward right there in the house. I have a note on my refrigerator telling me to get a PSA test. It's been there for a year. Still, no PSA test. There is some fear involved, right? Some anxiety. I don't think I have prostate cancer. I feel fine. Still, I'm way overdue for that test. But there's no nice lady here pointing to that note and saying, "Dave, go do this now." So I just keep putting it off. The same is true with the tax stuff I need to take care of. I have the money set aside, but doing the paperwork will be unpleasant and tedious, so I kick it down the road. I called this video Procrastination Kills. Might seem like an overstatement. Believe me, it's not. You remember Warren Zevon? He went on David Letterman to announce that he had terminal cancer. He joked that maybe staying away from physicians for 20 years was a bad strategy. He had a dark sense of humor, but he was dealing with some serious regret. Zevon was a single guy. If he'd had somebody who could drag his ass into a doctor's office, he might be alive today. My older brother, too. Kevin would put shit off forever. He wasn't lazy. He drove truck and he worked hard. He was always there if a friend needed a hand with something. But he was single, too. And he let some very important things slide. Died alone at 66 with a garage full of unfinished projects. Procrastination kills. Really. I have some insights into why we put things off, but for the moment I want to keep it simple and concentrate on the solution. Obviously, I never found that great wife who can either seduce me or kick my butt into taking care of my stuff, so I have to compensate in some other way. This is where you come in. I'm putting together a Zoom support group for procrastinators. It's based on a group that I co-founded in the 90s. We called it an action group. I won't go into the details here. The basic idea is a group of people who don't really have any past history, no previous emotional baggage with each other. They meet once a week for the sole purpose of getting things done that they've been putting off. When we had the action group, we'd all make a short list of things to be done in the coming week. And when we got together again, we'd tell how we did. We'd applaud each other for what we'd accomplished. We'd discuss why certain things were really hard to do, share our insights, give each other tips. And then we'd make the next week's list, carrying over unaccomplished tasks from the previous week. If something stayed too long on somebody's list, we'd figure out what the hang-up was and come up with a strategy for getting it done. That group changed all of our lives. It was nothing heavy, no ball-busting, no elaborate psychological theories, just a group of people accepting encouragement and giving it. And it was fun. We all looked forward to it, and that was a big part of the reward. There was a layer of accountability built into the structure of that group, which I'll tell you about later, but really it's nothing onerous. The thing is, When you fall into the habit of putting things off, it cuts into your confidence and burdens your mind. That feeds on itself and life gets worse. When you're in the habit of getting things done in a timely fashion, you feel better about yourself. You're happier, more lighthearted. That feeds on itself and life gets better. So if you want to join up, look for my email address below and drop me a note. Tell me a little bit about yourself and what kinds of things you're procrastinating about. Just a few paragraphs so I can get a feel for who you are. I think we're looking for a core group of about 10, but Zoom will allow non-participants to watch. We'll figure that out as we go. I don't have a clue how many responses to expect. 5? 50? Who knows? All I know is that I've done this before with in-person groups and our lives really improved. Procrastination is not a character issue. It's a bad habit like any other. The best way to deal with a bad habit is to replace it with a good habit. So let's form a group and make a habit of giving each other a push and a pat on the back. You in? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel and then click the little bell to get notifications.